Welcome to FishAlaskaMagazine.com. My name is Chef Al Levinsohn. I'm with the Kincaid Grill here in Anchorage, and today I'm going to show you some tips on preparing your salmon and cooking it perfectly. What we have here is a nice fillet of king salmon. Now the number one and most important thing I like to make sure is that the salmon is patted dry. So I put them on some paper towels. I want to pat that dry until it becomes a little bit tacky, a little bit sticky, and all the excess moisture is pulled away from the fish. I'm going to go ahead and season the flesh side. This is the side that's inside, as well as the skin. Now I have a hot Teflon skillet here. You can do the same technique on a barbecue grill or a cast iron skillet, whatever you have available to use. You just want to make sure it doesn't stick. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of oil in the pan. Not a lot, just enough to sear the fish. We want to get a nice caramelization on the flesh side of the fish. So we should hear a nice sizzle and pop. Okay, now we're back here and we went ahead and flipped our salmon over. You can see we have a really nice caramelization on there. Great texture. You can see we're about a quarter of the way finished baking through here, roasting in the saute pan. So I went ahead and turned it over on the skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and just sear that skin side. Now if you're doing a large dinner party or even a small one for 2 or 4 people, it's very helpful to go ahead and get your salmon seared off ahead of time. Not to try to completely cook it in the skillet, but to just give it the nice crust and the nice seal in the moisture. Place it on a baking sheet, and then you can go ahead and fire it in the oven just before service time. That way your fish comes out just right. So that's one of the key things is that you want to make sure you're all caught up, that you're not trying to sear all this fish and get it all done when the rest of your dinner party's sitting there waiting. Have it all ready like this, oven ready, and then you can just go ahead simply 10 minutes before, just pop it right into an oven. And a piece like this, typically for an inch thick, I figure 10 minutes per inch. So we'll go ahead and let that go for about 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll check on that shortly. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our fish here. Again, we went about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a nice light pinch there. You can feel the flesh begin to crack beneath your fingertips. That's telling me that our fish is cooked through. Another hint would also be, you can notice the white fat beginning to come out of the salmon. Now some salmon have different fat content, the king salmon being the fattiest. You see we have some nice white fat coming out of the side as well as the top. And again, we're looking for that flesh to just crack beneath our finger. You can see right here on the side where the flesh just cracked. Now what we're looking for is a slightly translucent center. Another little tip here is if your guests don't care for the skin, we can simply just remove that skin very simply after it's cooked, like so. Now some folks like the skin, others not so much. So we're going to go ahead and put that fish down on our plate. Here I've went ahead and garnished that with a little bit of fresh lemon. No seed, a little fresh lemon juice, and some nice micro pea sprouts that we've grown here in our Kincaid garden. Okay, so we'll go ahead now and take a look at and see how we did on the inside. This is the moment of truth. Let's see if I put my money where my mouth is there. Oh yes, you see that small center bit of flesh there? That it's not over colored or over, just not dry. It's just nice flaky, and you can see the moisture just coming right out of the fish. So again, you want to prepare your salmon to about medium doneness. Some even go even more to the medium rare side, but so that's what we're looking for. It's a nice, somewhat translucent center to our salmon. I'm Chef Al with Kincaid Grill, and that's cooking salmon Alaska style.